that looks like, this looks pretty reasonable to buy in the right neighborhood and it looks pretty awesome. You have to ask yourself, what is my maximum offer and why? Meaning, your maximum offer is the amount of money that you're willing to pay for that property, no matter what. That number will not exceed. If they say, we need $10,000, $15,000 more, it's a no. Why? Because that protects your profit margin. The goal is to get it under the maximum offer, but you have to understand, no matter what, this is my maximum offer that I'm willing to buy on that particular property. And how much your rehab is, how much it's going to take to rehab that and what's included. So do it need a new roof? Do it need new windows? You look inside, just need some upgrades. How much would that all cost? And what is my exit strategy and what number support it? So if I'm intending to fix and flip it, does my number support it? If I intend to buy and hold it, does my number support it? If I want to rent this property out, do my number support it? If you can answer those three, you are already ahead of most people in this real estate game. Now, let's talk about the emotional part, because this is where people freeze. You're not afraid of flipping, you're afraid of being embarrassed, played, or stuck. You don't want to look naive in front of contractors, or to lose money and feel stupid, or disappoint your family. Most importantly, you don't want to spend months on a house that won't even sell. This is why I teach this the way that I do. I teach calm process, clear rules, real numbers. Because the goal is not a perfect flip. The goal is a controlled flip. And controlled flips create profit, peace, repeatability, and long-term options. Now let's fact check here, because I believe in fact checking. Here's the truth. You can do this, but you cannot do it by guessing. Most people fail because they try to figure it out as they go. That's expensive and unnecessary. What you need is a proven formula, tools to make decisions simple, support so you don't get stuck, accountability so you actually execute. And that's what I built for you. So what you learned so far is the 3 profit killers are deal selections, scope control, and contractor management. Now, we'll move into Q&A, but before we do, I want to address the biggest objections I hear all the time. Objection number 1, I don't have enough money. What I hear is, I don't know what path makes sense for me. Money is not just cash, it's a tool. It's a tool to be used as a funding strategy, deal quality, and long terms. That's it. Objection number 2, my credit isn't perfect. What I hear is, I don't know how lenders look at deals. Perfect credit helps. Most lenders will qualify you with a 580 credit score. But that doesn't matter, because that's not what lenders are just looking at. They're looking at your clean numbers and a clear plan to help more than you think. And objection number 3, contractors will take advantage of me. What I hear is, I need leadership tools. That's valid. And that's why we use scripts, checkpoints, and rules. Objection number 4. What if the market changes? What I hear is I need an exit strategy that protects me as a beginner. I don't have the time nor the money to lose. And that's why we plan multiple exits. We're either going to sell it, we're going to refinance it, or rent, because these options reduce fear. Now, let's do a Q&A. You could type your answers in the chat, or since it's such a small rule, come on and talk to me.
So I invited my niece. Sorry to hear my son babbling in the
You're
back.
fine. You're fine.
He's a babbler, but I invited my niece in because we're working together to
Okay.
uh in real estate, and we're newer
Okay.
investors. I used to wholesale with my husband.
Okay.
Um, so I have some general, knowledge, but I'm trying to transition into more long-term assets, either
Okay.
fix and flipping to gain capital so we can get those buy and holds. We've been running deal analysis. We'll analyze maybe two properties a day. Um, and we're starting to learn, what is a good deal, what is a bad deal based off the comps. But the biggest thing is estimating those repair costs and estimating your holding costs and closing costs, trying to accurately fit that into the deal
Mhm.
so it really makes sense for our MAO.
Yep.
I think we came across one deal that we think may be good if they negotiate, but it's like, okay, well, how do I go to these people to negotiate these terms? And then if they accept, what do I do next? So it's like all of those steps
Wow.
that's a little cloudy.
Oh, this is why I built this course. It's an 8-week course to include to answer all those questions. And not only to answer all those questions, we have weekly calls. I want you
Mhm.
to bring those deals live
Right,
because it does not only help you, but it helps others in the community.
right,
And I'm going to look at them and work, and I'm going to give you the answers and solutions, and I'm going to tell you what works.
right.
And I'm going to tell you, hey, this doesn't work. And
Mhm.
I'm going to provide you those tools. That way, if you don't get a chance to jump on it live, you still have the answers right away.
Right,
And that's what I provide, that whole picture. What to do next? What if this happened? Because trust me, no house is the same. I'm going to tell you that from my experience. I've been doing this for 15 years. No house is the same,
mhm.
but you got to be able to know how to execute right there in the spot. And that's why I'm there. I'm not
Right,
here to leave you. You have me for life. As long as you're in the community, you will get to your next answers. And I want you to share your wins. I want
right,
you to say, Patricia, help me scale my portfolio to 10 properties in 1 year.
right.
We're going to get you there.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Patricia.
No worries. Any other questions? I'm here. No questions? All right. I'm going to move it. Cause I'm just going to let you know when I'm presenting, I cannot see the chat. You have to jump, you got to talk to me. Now, when I will be onboarding assistants soon, so they'll be able to help me, with the in the chat and drop links and stuff like that. But right now, I'm a one band show. Okay, I'm not hearing anything, so I'm gonna move along. And again, if you have any other questions, I'm still going to leave the floor open at the end, and I'll be able to see you and hear you and see the chat. Does that sound cool?
Yep, that sounds good.
All right, perfect. All right. If you're listening and thinking, okay, but how do I actually implement this? That's the difference between content and coaching. Content creators and influencers, they inspire you to do this. But are they really coaching you to move you to the next level, like you said, Kayla? because implementation is where people stall. They know what to do, but they don't do it. Or they get stuck at the first real decision or don't know what the next decision to make. That's why I created the feminine flip formula. It is a true step-by-step framework to help you execute your first profitable flip calmly. Now, here's who this is for. You want to flip, but you want to do it the right way. You don't want chaos. You want structure and support, and you want your first win without risking everything. Now, here's who it's not for. Anyone looking for shortcuts, anyone refuses to follow a process, and anyone who wants to gamble instead of calculating. Inside, we focus on the now transformation, from confused to clear, from intimidated to control, from guessing to calculating, and from chaos to structure. Because when you fix that, the profit becomes much more predictable. Now, let's break down what you'll get. I have 8 modules, and before you complete the next module, you have to finish the module 1. It will not unlock until you completed everything. So once you completed everything, let's jump on a call. If you have any questions, concerns, or you get stuck, that's what the weekly calls is there for, to answer your question. And then you unlock the next module. So for the first module, we're going to help you build your criteria so you can stop chasing random deals. The module 2 is deal analyzer. You're going to know and understand your numbers and make offers with confidence. Module 3 is the funding options. We're going to help you find the money. We're going to help you understand long terms. We're going to bring live lenders on calls so you understand what they expect from you and what you can provide, and a clear funding path. So rather you buying it from a wholesaler, on the market, off the market, from a realtor, utilizing a realtor, you're going to use your own funds to purchase the deal. You're going to use a HELOC. I don't care where you get the cash from. You want to rob a bank and get cash, that's your business. That's not mine. I'm just saying, however you find the deal as far as getting the funding, there are so many options. I was on my fourth and fifth purchase, and I just sold a property, and I was waiting on those loan proceeds to hit my bank account so I could fund these other 2 down payments using those loan proceeds. But the closing was going to happen later on, and I had 2 deals that was closing before. So I utilized joint venture. I presented a deal to one of my community women members who was a woman. I said, this is what I'm buying. Here's the numbers. Here's the capital I need for the down payment. And I gave her incentive to loan me the money with paying her back a certain amount of money, whether it's 3 inches, but it was all going to come from the loan proceeds. So when we did a joint venture, she gave me $30,000 to put $15,000 down on each of those properties. And I was able to pay her back instantly, and she got additional funds for loaning and money. So trust me, the money is there. We have community members that may not want to be involved in fixing flips or buying homes, and they just looking for a quick return on their capital. So having these structured deals is another source of way of finding funds. So module 4 is scope and rehab budget. So we're going to build your rehab budget plan that protects your profit. Module 5 is contractor hiring and management. So we're going to make sure you vetting these contractors properly. We're going to set rules. We're going to give written independent contractor contracts based on your state that they're buying the property in. and it's going to have incentives and consequences. And we're going to help you lead that project every step of the way. Module 6 is project management, basically the weekly checkpoints so the rehab stay on schedule and on budget. So if they come in with something weird, hey, you'll not only be able to join in the weekly call, but you'll be able to send me messages that I can respond to you quickly. Module 7 is the exit strategy. Whether you plan to sell, refinance, or hold based on your long-term goals. And module 8 is repeatability. How to turn your first flip into a system that you can repeat over and over and over again, because the goal is to get you independent of me. Once you buy your first one, you'll be able to apply that same method over and over and over again. Plus the tools that make this simple. I'm going to provide you deal templates, execution checklists, profit calculators, contractor script, and a contractor vetting toolkit. Plus the support so you don't get stuck. Bi-weekly group coaching, community access through school, and guidance on real decisions in real time. Here's what that prevents: buying the wrong deal, overspending on the rehab budget, contractor chaos, holding costs spiraling, and your profit disappearing. Instead, what you'll get is calm execution, clear decisions, control rehab, and protected profit. And that's not all. Here are some bonuses that I prepared. Bonus number 1, deal review template pack. Bonus number 2, contractor scripts and boundaries. And bonus number 3, a rehab budget builders. And just for good measure, I'm also going to provide you a materials guidebook so you understand the lingos of the materials, like what is the LVP and the LVT type of flooring. You understand those terminologies. You'll see what they look like and why do I recommend them. Why this works? Because it forces discipline in the 3 places where profit dies. All right, deal discipline is when you stop buying with emotion. Scope discipline is you stop bleeding your budget. Contractor discipline, you stop losing time and control. Now, let's talk investments. You'll get the entire Feminine Flip formula for $39.97 is the amount paid in full, which is our group coaching package, or 4 payments of $9.97. Now, if you want even more customized support, you can join the private mentorship program with paid in full or 4 monthly payments is the breakdown, and private onboarding and customized one-on-one support. That means you get your own day every week. I build out the system depend on your need, and you get your one-on-one support with me. So we'll have a weekly standing meeting, and you'll have your own support. So like I said, any deals that comes about or any issues that comes with contractors, you'll have direct access to me to quickly get you resolved. And it's not you're part of the group weekly calls. You'll have your own standing weekly calls with me. Now, if you want to do your first flip without chaos, this is the path.